Hi, this presentation is for educational purposes only. It is an internal and external analysis report on the Best Buy Company for the EMBA course at Washington State University, Management Operations 590, Strategy Formulation and Organizational Design. It is brought to you by Fernando Hernandez and Mike Moore in two parts, A and B. As part of this presentation, we will be discussing the following: an introduction of the company and its current situation, external environment analysis, which includes a pestle overview, that's industry environment, a Porter's Five Forces, a competitor analysis, an internal analysis with the company, identification of key problem areas, and also a recommendation. Welcome to Best Buy. Let's start with an executive overview. Best Buy is a public company which was founded in 1966 under the business name of Sound of Music by Richard M. Schultz. It operates under the consumer electronics retail industry and is headquartered in Richfield, Minnesota. Best Buy was named Company of the Year in 2004 by Forbes magazine and made the list of the most admired companies in 2006 by Fortune magazine. In 2009, Best Buy became the largest electronic retailer based on revenues from its internet and brick-and-mortar sales. Best Buy offers online sales with retail store pickup, which allows customers to shop conveniently at home and go pick up the item from the local brick-and-mortar location. However, despite the disappearance of competitors, including Circuit City, the company is losing market share. In 2011, the company's stock has lost 40% of its value. Forward of PDE is a mere 6.23, where industry averages is closer to 10.2. Its market cap is down to less than $9 billion. Its average analyst rating, according to TheStreet.com, is a B-. Its largest competitor, Amazon, whose market cap is over $80 billion and has a price-to-earnings ratio of 91, does not have the depth or inventory required by Best Buy to fill its brick-and-mortar stores. In order for Best Buy to compete with the new online threat, it needs to find a way to transform the huge liability of maintaining physical locations with high labor and inventory costs into the assets. And recently, its CEO was laid off because of internal scandals. In addition, Best Buy is reducing its store count by 50 in North America and reevaluating their global presence. So let's start at the beginning. As mentioned earlier, Best Buy started in 1966 by Richard Schultz in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It originally was named Sound of Music and reached its $1 million mark in revenues in the late 1970s, as well was first to offer its videos and laser discs. During the early 1980s, a tornado hit the town of one of their store locations in Roseville, Minnesota. Due to this event, Sound of Music decided to have a Best Buy sale. This sale became an annual event in 1983, and as a result, the board of directors approved its name change to Best Buy during the mid-late 1980s. Best Buy began to sell a variety of goods, including appliances and video cassette recorders. During this time, it also debuted on the New York Stock Exchange as the symbol BBY. During the 1990s through today, Best Buy, through its superstore retail stores and online ordering, has expanded its products offering to include consumer electronics, video games, computers, and mobile phones, cameras, home appliances, DVDs, and other non-commissioned goods. In 2004, it was also named as one of the Companies of the Year by Forbes magazine. Best Buy traditionally acts as a retail distributor, although offers exclusive brands in the discounted electronic and computer equipment business space. However, consumers, many of which have brand loyalty, come to test and purchase products such as Sony, Panasonic, and Samsung. In addition, Best Buy relies on its manufacturers and vice versa for the latest technologies to continue to attract consumers to its retail stores. Along with its retail superstores and online presence, they operate mobile stores in malls and airports. Lately, over the past few years, Best Buy's revenues have declined and, as mentioned earlier, laid off their CEO in the first quarter of 2012. Over the past few years, it's also been part of a global expansion. It's entered foreign markets through acquisition of local electronics stores and runs through its acquired name with some branded stores in Mexico, Canada, and China. Best Buy will need to focus its domestic operations while developing the culture and know-how to operate outside of the U.S. Its customer-centric approach has been extremely successful for Best Buy. They will need to continue this service concept along with its online presence to continue to be successful. So let's take a look at a pestle analysis for Best Buy, including additional factors such as demographic, global, and physical. Political and legal. Best Buy expanded internationally and in 2008 has recently closed all of their stores in the United Kingdom and China due to losses taken in those divisions. Further expansion has also been delayed until the global economy recovers. If Best Buy seeks to expand internationally, it would be best with countries that the United States has already established trade agreements to eliminate any legal issues. Economics. Inflation and interest rates play a major role in the Best Buy's pricing and sales. Best Buy offers its own reward through MasterCard by HSBC Bank and offers financing through a Best Buy credit card issued through Chase Bank. Both of these cards have interest rates from 21 to 30%. As such, the personal savings rate is critical to the sales revenues to Best Buy. The longer the economy is down, the more Best Buy will see a reduction in its profits. Social factors. The electronic industry workforce is extremely diverse. However, recently the industry has been under siege from the economic downturn. Best Buy has recently announced they are shutting down 50 brick-and-mortar stores in the United States. With the younger generation, more technological engaged, and industry is seeking more competition from online retailers such as Amazon.com. This is an area that Best Buy will need to be conscious of as it continues to expand domestically and internationally. First, its online presence and distribution model in order to meet the needs and demands of the customer. Secondly, expanding the green initiatives. Best Buy in 2009 launched the Take Back program to recycle consumer electronics and has encouraged its vendors to participate in Energy Star programs, as well as implemented a buyback program to promote upgrades and sales towards new technologies. Lastly, it needs to understand the social and economic environment with its expanded footprint in Europe and China. Technological factors. According to their 2011 annual report, Best Buy's business largely depends on successful introduction of new products, technologies, and its related services. Approximately 20% of the vendors account for 65% of the merchandise, which Best Buy expects of them to produce new technologies to meet their customer demand. Other factors that impact sales are product life cycles for new technologies. Internally to the company, to help integrate their operations, they have hired Accenture to manage its information systems, HR systems, and procurement systems to improve their cost. Global segment. Over the past 5 years, as mentioned, since 2007, Best Buy has been expanding its international presence through acquisitions in Canada, Europe, Mexico, and China, as well as entering the market with its branded stores. They've acquired the Future Shop stores in Canada and 5-star chains in China. And according to The Street, acquiring these companies and leveraging brand equity in the products they carry has proven successful over the years, and the strategy will improve its expansion and enhance its relationship with their customers. In China, Best Buy sees its operations to continue to grow through its 5-star chains and plans to close its branded stores to save over $70 million by 2013. The company also plans to open a total of about 18 Best Buy branded large format stores in Canada, the United Kingdom, and Mexico. Physical segment. Best Buy has a significant domestic and international physical presence. According to their 2011 annual report, Best Buy has over 4,000 retail stores and 90 distribution centers around the world. Domestically, they have over 1,300 stores. Internationally, they have over 2,800 stores, with Europe being its largest presence. Investopedia puts it best when it states that Best Buy follows not the brick and mortar, but the click and mortar business models. Customers have the choice between visiting one of the Best Buy's physical locations or using the website to complete its transactions. Next, we will take a look at Porter's 5 forces and an analysis with Best Buy. When looking at the power of suppliers, you can see that aim is to understand the suppliers and who supplies our suppliers. Best Buy is reliant on new technology from manufacturers, as well as their consumers are brand sensitives. They like to buy Panasonic, Samsung, and Sony products, amongst Apple and many others. As well, sales are driven by seasonal peak times, such as the holiday season. When you look at available substitutes, the aim is to identify possible alternatives and substitutes to meet demand. One of the things that Best Buy does, and other companies, is private labeling to expand its internal profit margin. As well, from a product's availability standpoint, there are many other brick and mortar and online providers of these goods. From the power of buyers, the aim is to identify how the market is organized and the level of competition. For the most part, consumers have low bargaining power, as well as they are brand loyal to what they're looking for their electronic goods. From a supply market rivalry, the aim is to identify how the market is organized and the level of competition. There's quite a high level of competition within the electronic industry, although growth has slowed due to the economy, and there is very little lack of differentiation amongst products. And furthermore, online sales is continuing to expand and taking more sales day over day. In regards to new entrants, the aim is to identify who could possibly enter the market. For the most part, the brick and mortar business, large box stores, are really no longer needed as much as they have in the past, due to the relative ease of the online market. However, what's happening and what Best Buy is doing is focusing on specialized, smaller stores to meet customer demands. Another advantage of being online is the taxes. There are no online taxes currently, depending on the state that you reside in or being delivered to. In summary, for bargaining power of buyers, the impact or significance is low. The threat of new entrants is low and moderate. Rivalry among competitors is high. Power of suppliers is high. And threat of substitutes is low. Along with Best Buy, there are 3 major competitors. Target, who's a publicly owned company with U.S. domestic electronic sales of approximately $38.6 billion. Walmart, another publicly owned company with U.S. domestic electronic sales of approximately $206 billion. And Amazon, with total revenues of about $90 billion. Another major player not noted on here is Costco, a publicly owned company and a wholesaler in the retail industry with U.S. domestic electronic sales of approximately $38 billion. They are now starting to make a bigger splash in the electronic business space. As you can see, over a 5-year term, Amazon.com has significantly improved its performance and stock over its competitors, especially in the electronic and retail market. This is in part due to the brick and mortar traditional style of sales of Target, Walmart, and Best Buy, even though they have an online presence. The cost of doing business from a customer service perspective and a user interface perspective is much better for online companies such as Amazon, which is indicated by its 5-year stock performance. In order for Best Buy to continue to become and stay competitive, it will need to manage its brick and mortar stores, its international presence, continue to specialize based on square footage, smaller square footage for its consumer needs, as well as improve its user interface for its online sales to compete with the leading industry leader, Amazon.